If you take a look around my channel, you'll see that I love Riley Sager's books, and so I'm just gonna binge read a bunch of his books for a week.
I have not read The House Across the Lake, Home Before Dark, or The Last Time I Lied, but I have read Survive the Night, Lock Every Door, and Final Girls. This is being turned into a movie, so this is what I'm starting with first. Okay, so I am really far in now. I can't stop reading it. I'm on page 260 and I'm so confused. What the heck is happening? It's 10:30 and I just finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and I knew this was going to happen to me because it's Riley Sager we're talking about. But holy crap. Riley Sager he does it like no other. Like, oh my god, the twists and turns in this are nuts. I have to be kind of quiet because people are sleeping, but 5 stars, I don't even know. I've also realized that Riley Sager does something to each of his characters to make them unreliable in a way. So Casey is an alcoholic. In Final Girls, the main character has PTSD and like repressed memories. It is time to go to bed though. We're gonna start another Riley Sager book tomorrow, huh, Ray? Yeah. So it's the next day. That book was crazy. I don't even know. But I'm trying to decide what to read next. If I want to do Home Before Dark or The Last Time I Lied. And I was checking on Goodreads and both have really good reviews, so I don't know. So I'm on page 285 and it's kind of lame. I finished it and I still think Riley Sager has done better. Okay, I realized I never gave an explanation about this book. This book is about Casey, an alcoholic and a widow. She goes to stay at her family's fancy lake house. There's a lot of fancy lake houses around this lake, and she saves her neighbor from drowning. Now, the neighbor kind of disappears a couple days later. She thinks the husband did it. She's just like stalking them from across the lake with a pair of binoculars, and it was insanely good. 10 out of 10. Now, however, I'm so disappointed. The Last Time I Lied is about this girl who goes to stay at a summer camp. She's like 13, and 3 other girls in her cabin just leave and go missing, and they're never heard from again. So she's kind of living with a lot of PTSD from that. 15 years later, she decides to go back to the camp to figure out what happened to the girls. This reminded me a lot of Final Girls by Riley Sager in that she's kind of a final girl in the way that she's the only possible person who would have known what could have happened to the girls that went missing. I wasn't impressed, but I think it's because Riley Sager's early work was like mid, but then like now it's gotten so much better. So that makes me really excited for his new book. Okay, so this is really good. I'm liking it. I'm about halfway through and I'm liking it more than The Last Time I Lied. However, The House Across the Lake was so good, and it just isn't comparing to these 2 books, so I'm like so disappointed in it. But also I think that it's how I feel with like the Caravel series, or like here, but like Once Upon a Broken Heart. Stephanie Garber's writing has improved so much in between those books, so I think that Riley Sager has grown a lot. I don't know, but this one is much more interesting, and I really like how parts of the book, House of Horrors, is throughout the novel. This book is about a girl who inherits this house after her dad died, and when she was 5, her and her dad lived in this house. They fled after like 25 days because there was so much crazy paranormal stuff going on. Her dad published a book about it. It's been her whole life. She does not like the book, and she's gonna go back to the house to fix it up. A little fixer-upper moment. She's realizing that her dad's things he wrote about in his book, House of Horrors, he might have not been making it up. There's actually a lot of paranormal stuff going on. It's really interesting. It's really fun. I'm loving it, I think. I finished Home Before Dark. This was really similar to 12 Nights at Rotter House by J.W. Acker. And this one gives you more detail and more of a resolution than the other one did. I love how I've seen like little subtle similarities between all of his books. This was really fun. I've officially read all of Riley Sager's books, so take that, Riley Sager. I thoroughly enjoyed this little challenge that I put myself up to. If I look back a year ago, the things I read was very different compared to like what I'm reading now. A lot more thrillers, and I'm definitely getting into horror, so I don't know. Things are crazy. Thank you so much for watching. I have a goal to read 100 books this year, and it's looking good.